No rest for the wicked as an early alarm call gets them up for an endurance run to the very top of the Malvern Hills. Once checked in, the competitors grab a breath, then lose it again as they take in the morning views. Time for the discoveries and the competitors to get their feet muddy as they tackle extreme off-roading.
Well, basically it's a winch section we're setting up here, so it's highly unlikely that the guys can be able to drive the vehicles through the section. As you can see, looking down the track, the teams are just checking it out now. It's a pretty sticky situation they're going into, really. So that they are going to drive the vehicles into it, they'll physically get the thing stuck, and then it's using the equipment safely and correctly, so the winch mounted on the front end of the car, which they'll use to get them out. It's using the vehicle as a tool, it's using the equipment safely. Obviously winching is a lot of loads involved. Most of them haven't used equipment before, so it's a bit of an eye-opener for what they can physically get the vehicle through using the equipment correctly.
Can you move this when the vehicle's forward?
And if they haven't got muddy enough, some of them are about to get wet. Next up, it's construction.
Well, today we've got the construction task. The teams will come up here, they'll be harnessed onto this cable, slide down the cable to the middle, okay? When they're in the middle, they'll have to handball across, okay? It's quite tricky. Up to the other side, and on the other side there's raft building equipment. When all 6 competitors are there, they build a raft, paddle around to the pontoon, there's a sandbag in a box, it's quite heavy, load it up, across to the pontoon here, unload the box, a sprint around the lake, back to the other side, dismantle the raft, stop the clock, Bob's your uncle.
Oh dear, the hardy team from Jaguar Land Rover lose their cargo and end up rescued by the next challenge, kayaking.
The kayakers are doing 2 things. They're doing a slalom. They've got a slalom up in between 5 boys, back up and back again. And they are also doing a time trial. We've got 3 boys laid out over about 100 metres, and it's literally up and down as many times as you can within 4 minutes.
Now that's the way to do it.
We've had a great morning. I think we all worked as a team just now and kind of certainly all warmed up again now.
We were able to kind of communicate with each other without stopping and looking and talking to each other. I think that was good.
The biggest problem was my arms were so tired after pulling the rope backwards and forwards. Struggled afterwards, but good little challenge that. It was good fun.
Back at the campsite, a convoy of Discovery Frees delivered the wary contestants to the next challenge.
We've got an activity now called Bandit Nav. So set out in the deer park, all around here, there are 108 little white plastic pipes. 88 have black tips, 20 have red tips. So 15 points for the red ones, 5 points for the black ones. The idea is to go and collect as many as you can. Obviously once they've gone, they've gone. If you're not back at this area in 30 minutes, no points. So head out and get as many as you can. 3, 2, 1, go!
That was ridiculous.
So after half an hour, some are back with quite a few.
Got beaten to a red by sliding tackle. Oh, brutal out there.
And 12 has got? 9. 9 black.
And some with not so many.
24, 1 black.
As dusk arrives, the convoy sets off for some nighttime driving. Now the challenge here is to negotiate a series of lit gates in the dark whilst driving up a deep river. Also part of this challenge is pioneering, where the competitors have to improvise using logs to build a bridge strong enough to take a Land Rover across. At the end of the evening, all the tired, cold damp athletes want to do is gather around a campfire and climb into their sleeping bags. But for them, unfortunately, the night is still young, as our competitors have the spotlight thrust upon them in 5 minutes of fame. Their ability to charm the room will be judged by Simon Day, Sam Adams, Natasha Waddington and me, Mike Brewer.
It's a poem, a bit embarrassed about it, but anyway.
I've got a balloon modelling kit and apparently you can make a balloon dog in 2 minutes. So I'm going to give it a go. I've never done it before, so that might
Feel free to join in, actions and everything, it'll be ace. What is a clarinet, mate?
1, 2, 3.
It's going to kind of talk you through how to change a nappy. First tip is don't carry your baby around in a plastic bag.
just roll back like that. There we go.
Two main reasons for being a teacher is, well, mainly July and August.
You never close your eyes anymore when I kiss your lips.
How do I work this thing?
Speak into it.
Just to avoid being stabbed in a dark alley in Mongolia, you're now all going to learn that song.
Thank you, but I think the stabbing would have been less painful, but...
Oh dear, looks like we're in for a long night.